Hi, I'm Guy Ardito, relationship expert, master coach, and author. And today I'm continuing the discussion about the 7 commandments of marriage. In our earlier videos, we already described and discussed how you have to appreciate what you have to make time for each other, you have to enjoy each other, and you have to understand each other. Now, those 4 are crucial, but there's still 3 more left to go. So what are we up to now? Well, the next one is fighting fair. Now, what does fighting fair mean? That means you don't harbor resentments. You don't expect your partner to read your mind as much as it might be nice. You have to actually say what you want, what you're upset about. You can't hit below the belt. No insulting, no name slinging. You have to be careful about using words like always or never. You got to try to put yourself in your partner's shoes, understand how they're feeling and maybe why they did what they did. And most importantly, you have to come at any argument with the intention of understanding and finally getting closer together. You know, behind every fight, there's some kind of upset. Behind every kind of upset, there's a disappointment. And behind the disappointment, there's a fear. So if your partner is angry at you over something, well, the chances are they're actually afraid about something. And if you're angry at them, you may not be aware of it, but chances are you're afraid about something. Maybe what it would mean to your relationship. What it would mean about how you actually feel about them, or maybe how they feel about you. How your relationship might wind up in a few months or a year or two if what you are suspecting turns out to be true, or what you're feeling maybe turns out to be true. So you got to get past the anger and get to what the actual fear is for yourself and for your partner. And you have to discuss it, whatever you're upset with the intention of coming closer together. You know, look, I'm married. I have disagreements, sometimes fights with my wife, right? But what definitely works for me and what I know works for other couples is to exhale. You got to step back until you're not in that, shouting, foot stomping, throwing the frying pan kind of mode. You may not be completely calm, but you have to get past that. Once you're past that, then come together, hold your partner's hand, look them in the eye, and say what you're angry about, what it means to you, and what you actually want. By saying what you want, you can move toward something, which is a lot more productive than moving away from something, which is the upset, the anger, much less talking about something which is upsetting. So, fighting fair, this is going to be a series of videos all by themselves, but I hope you're really listening to me and picking up on some really effective tips that you can be using the next time you're upset at your partner or they're upset at you. And so many relationships break up because people don't know how to get past that point. A relationship is great, things are going great, but then when there's a conflict, a real conflict, they don't know how to get past it. And it just kind of builds and builds and eats away at their relationship and their love until, unfortunately, there's not much left. And I don't want that to happen to you. All right, what is our next commandment of marriage? The next commandment is to support each other, to be in partnership. Now, that means you have to be reliable. You have to be your word. It also means that you have to have a sharing going on. Just like in a business partnership, a marriage is a kind of partnership. So there has to be an equality, or at least an appreciation and sense of equality around things like chores and responsibilities. Responsibilities are everything from, who takes out the garbage, who cleans the house, to who does what with the children and who earns the money or where the money goes. And it's a big, big bugaboo. You have to have a sense of balance in the relationship. And for that matter, as I brought up, money is a source of, well, not just fights, but honestly, it's one of the top 2 or 3 causes of divorce. And people have difficulty getting on the same page. So you have to appreciate what people are doing, what they're bringing into the partnership, what kind of efforts they're bringing in, what kind of money they're bringing in, and for that matter, what their money styles are. If your partner is a saver and you're a spender, that's going to be a source of friction you're going to have to work out. What's more interesting is whether your partner is a saver to the point where you're not spending money that you definitely do have to spend. I don't have the time here to get into what makes for a good budget. We'll be talking about that in other videos. But So many couples fight and break up over money and chores. In fact, that's the number one category of divorce. Responsibility, partnership. People feel that their partner's not pulling the weight around the house, or they can't get on the same page money-wise. So don't let that happen to you. Partnership is the least sexy aspect of relationship and love and marriage, but it's the most crucial to allowing for the trust that builds intimacy, the trust that you build on top of for vulnerability, for passion, for that deep connection. It's really crucial. So that's going to be it for today. What have we talked about? We talked about how you have to fight fair with your partner. You have to clearly state what you want, what you're upset about, what you're going towards, how you're going to contribute to that. You want to do that when you're past the stage of being so angry, that you're stomping your foot or shouting. Shouting will only make things worse, okay? You don't have to forget about it. You have to be completely calm, but you have to be able to settle down enough to be able to actually express and think at the same time. And if you can do that while holding your partner's hand or hands and looking at them in the eye, that can be a great diffuser, because, touch releases oxytocin and other great hormones, and it reinforces that sense of connection. And if you approach any fight with the opportunity of understanding each other better, then you're going to have much better luck. Don't think of it as trying to get what you want. Think about it trying to understand your partner better, understanding yourself better, and making the relationship stronger. And number two, you have to be in partnership with each other, and you've got to support each other. You have to appreciate what they do, what they bring into the relationship. You have to respect their fears and their needs. Love, and especially marriage, is not about just getting. It's about giving and creating. So you have to really understand where they're coming from and come to agreements around chores, around bringing in money, around spending money, around the children, and any number of different things. Only then can you build the foundation that trust, intimacy, playfulness, and passion are built on top of. So I hope you found this useful. If you're interested in any of my online or live programs, or working with me coaching one-on-one, or you and your spouse with me, you just go to my website, GuyArdito.com. In the meantime, remember, life is an adventure. Live in love.